at home. No problems. Let's see. Who do they have in this homestand?
Light work.
Well, they start out Thursday. So, by the way, get a couple days off. As Huey Lewis once said, all I want is a couple days
Wednesday.
off. They get that. Excuse me, Wednesday. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's something different. So they got Golden State. They're old.
Huh.
I mean, they're so old. Are they even allowed to stay up that late, Jason? Then you got Oklahoma.
Taxes.
That's right. You have Oklahoma City. They're due, and the Kings almost beat them on the road.
Right, and it's a cup game.
And Kings always step up for the cup. That's the slogan this year. There'll be T-shirts.
Step up for the cup.
Well, that's right. Minnesota, they're in disarray, and no Anthony Edwards. Then you have Denver. Well, almost beat him yesterday, and that wasn't at Mile High Stadium.
Yeah, they can't play at low level altitude.
It's funny. I messed up on the day there. I also don't have times here. Jason, what time does that Denver game start?
That's it. Next Tuesday, a week from tonight. That's the first of the 5 Peacock games the Kings have scheduled. That one's going to tip off at 8 o'clock, Dave. Pacific time.
Well, you know what? I will stay up with you in spirit, Jason.
Okay. You know what's good, though? It's not like they play the very next night, too. Oh, wait, they do.
Oh, no. The Hawks.
Yeah. I always thought it was a rule you couldn't tip off within 24 hours of your previous tip time. But now when you've got new partnerships, it's like, we'll tip off 23 hours later.
That is kind of stupid. They will literally tip off 2 games within a one-day period.
Yeah, unfair. The league, Dave, hates the Kings.
Might as well play a doubleheader.
Yep. Let's play 2.
And they finished the road trip again. That is the game I have circled. That is, there are all kinds of alarm bells to me about that game. The fact that it's the Hawks and we always seem to have issues with them. The fact that could be, again, they won in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But that could be a 4-game losing streak. Let's put it this way. They will certainly be the underdog in 3 of those 4, and that's me being nice about Minnesota. That is when I say a must win, but you really need to kind of win that one because then you're back out on the road. You're back out on the road for 5 at Minnesota, at San Antonio, at OKC, at Memphis, at Denver. And then you come home from Minnesota again. Then you finish the gauntlet. Then you're done.
Well, that seems unfair. Is there only Minnesota, Denver, and OKC in this league?
Apparently, that is it with a sprinkle of Atlanta and San Antonio.
Okay.
Yeah, that's...
Well, the Hawks will be without Trae Young.
Well, yes, I was going to say that's good. That's never good,
yeah,
but
exactly.
that's
that doesn't mean much anymore these days.
No, it doesn't. They might play better. But look, I mean, now that we are getting close. Okay, so after that home Minnesota game, then it's home Phoenix at Utah, home Memphis at Houston, at Miami, at Indiana, at Portland, home Portland. Home Houston, home Detroit, home Dallas. At least there's gonna be tough games all year everywhere, but at least there are games that are winnable.
Yeah, maybe they'll get 20 games below 500 and then rip off 20 in a row.
I would say this. I would say the last 62 will be easier than the first 20.
Hey, you want to peak at the right time.
Yes, you 100%. PEAK or PEEK, whatever, however you want to take that.
Or PIQE. No.
Ooh, no, it piqued my interest.
Yeah.
Or wasn't there a soccer player named Gerard Piqué that was spelled like that, Chris? Yeah, thank you. 3 for Madness. Question 1.
Give the Kings road trip a grade, A to F.
It's not an F and it's not an A, so we can throw those out.
Wow.
Look,
pass fail.
These grades are based entirely on. This is my answer key, my model. How did they do against expectations? And my expectation was them to not win on this road trip. Though you and I said quite a few times they'd probably get one. And I think you and I both agreed if they were going to get one, it would be Chicago. They started out with a very good game that they led most of the way and lost to Oklahoma City by 6. The only time they really got worked, if you even want to call it that, was in Chicago. And again, they had a lead in that game. Lost by 13. Of course, there's the Milwaukee win, and then there is the Denver loss by 6. And maybe it wasn't that close, but also I would say it was a 10-point game. If you're going to play that game, fine. It wasn't more than 10. It wasn't 6, fine. But this was a fairly close-ish game. I think Denver was never really in trouble, but this wasn't a blowout. There are a number of ways you can look at this season, Jason. The Sacramento Kings are 4 points away from being 0-7.
Okay.
They have a 1-point win and they have a 2-point win. But also they lost to Phoenix by 4. They lost to OKC by 6. They lost to Denver by 6. They've been in some close games too. So for me, Jason, I will give this, I'm feeling generous today. I will give the road trip a C-.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I think when you look at road trips, what coaches always say are road games, be in a position to have a chance to win the game. And the Kings did that. That's the box that I would give them the most optimistic and highly regarded part of the grade. Like, you go on the road, you compete, you want to have yourself a chance to win. And I think they did that for the most part in these 4 games. I think the compete level offensively, what they were trying to execute, I think they did a pretty good job of that. I just think they were so bad, specifically the last 2 games defensively. It just crushes the overall feel. And it gets back to, we've talked so much this year about the roster construction and the roster imbalance with so many guards. And that hurts them in game with size and so much. But the other part of the roster imbalance, Dave, it's also apparent every night. Their best offensive players are pretty good offensive players. They don't defend. And so a night like last night, I mean, I love the starting 5's numbers and some of the bench players. And there's winning formulas in there in their offense. They don't guard at all. And that's what Doug wants. And it's like there's just this – they're not getting what the coach wants. I don't think they have the roster to do what Scott Perry and Doug want right now. But their strength is to be a pretty good offensive team. I think you have to play into that. It's a really weird construct in a lot of ways. But with all that being said, I like that they were in the games, but I think the defense and the roster construction is just crushing them. So I'm, instead of a C-, I want a positive with a plus, but I'm going to go D+.
Whoa, negative Jason Ross.
I mean, just this guy is terrible.
Wow. This guy's boy.
But it's a plus. Is a D+ sound better than a C-?
That's a great question, by the way. I feel like it's one of those things when people are like, right now you can get it for $19.99. It's $20.
No, the 99's better.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like nobody ever says now you can get it for $20.01. Yeah, it's always right. Like just be honest with us. No, I'm with you. The Kings are the proverbial. I wouldn't call them a Lamborghini, but let's call them like one of the newer Toyota Supras. I think that's fair. You're asking a Toyota Supra to do off-road work, or you're asking.
Are there new Supras?
Yeah, there's new Supras. They're Nupras. Yes, there
My
are.
first car was a Celica Supra, 1980. Old car. Great.
With the Supra letters on
I
the.
thought it was
on
the
the
Model
way.
T was your first car.
Well, that was my real first car.
I love those Supras, dude. Back in the 80s, my friend Mike Nelson's mom had a Supra, and it was a stick shift
Hatchback.
Oh, it was like Knight Rider.
Yes,
It was so great. Yeah, they have a new Supra out. So, yeah,
except for my friends in high school called it the Pud because it sounded like I was driving through a puddle.
Oh, was it not the engine not the greatest?
It just I was lucky to get from A to B, but I had a car. I didn't care.
Yeah. You had a car, you didn't care. Hell, I had a $300 white Datsun pickup with red lettering on the back for Datsun. You had to tie 2 wires together underneath the dashboard to get the lights to turn on. That is not even.
Sounds like you stole the car.
That's
Were you hot wiring it?
You had to hotwire the lights to get it. Hey, but you know what? Got me to El Dorado Boulevard. What is it? El Dorado in Stockton? Is it El Dorado Boulevard downtown? Got me there and back 5 days a week for a while.
What were you doing down there?
I was running. I was
Scam?
the assistant manager at a scammy telemarketing firm when I was 17. Going to
Let's hire the young guy.
let's hire the young guy. He'll show up
Yeah.
making 250 a week.
Woo! Hey, look,
Let me tell
he's
you.
shown he'll do whatever it takes. He'll hotwire his own car.
You can give me 250 a week. Pfft, come on, dude. I was, as the kids say, I was balling.
Ah,
Yeah.